Two, one. Hello, 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 everybody. We are so excited, so excited. You guys made it to tonight's presentation. You are here at the right place. You're here at the right time. And we believe you are here to get the right information that can absolutely change your life. I want to say happy Thursday to everybody that's out there. I'm super excited about all the newness that God has opened up the doors for us to experience, the newness of the new year. All right. If you know, you know. Yes, we are in Rosh Hashanah, and I am thanking God for open doors. I'm thanking God for great opportunities. I am thanking God for all that He is and all of the doors that you guys may not even known that were available to you, I believe is going to be opening up right now. And so if you know someone, love someone, respect someone that you want to see go to the next level, that you want to see travel around the world with you, that, I always think about people that I want to do life with. Think about those people and tag 5 people in the room right now. I promise you tonight's presentation is going to be amazing and you're not going to want them to miss it. So tag 5 people in the room if you are expecting a supernatural September. I know it. I know it. I know it. We're about to cross into the close of this year. And the reality of it is that many people, as it relates to 2023, probably are looking at the first 3 quarters go by and are thinking it's impossible for something to happen at this point. And I believe the freshness and the newness of what we have right now is going to take you into something so brand new that is going to blow your mind. And so my name is Dr. China Bethley. I'm here in the beautiful Atlanta, Georgia. I'm originally from New Orleans, Louisiana, and I am so excited about my assignment tonight. I get an opportunity to spend just a little bit time with you guys. I got to get an opportunity to share some information with you that is totally changed my life. But it's not just my life that has changed. It has changed the lives of many people around the world. And I believe you're here tonight because someone invited you to hear some information that if you apply, it could change your life as well. If you're ready to go to the next level, drop 777s in the chat wherever you're watching me, whether it's Facebook, YouTube, whether it's behind the scenes on Zoom, whether it's Instagram, wherever you're watching this information. I want to encourage you to drop 777s in the chat if you are ready. And if you have not tagged anybody and shared this into your groups, into your personal pages, into all of the places that you would want people to see this information, take the next 30 seconds and just share, tag, and get this in front of the people that you know, love, and trust. So with that being said, I'm going to share my slides and we're going to dive right on in. I want to make sure that we can maximize time tonight as I put you in a position to do what I call make a bold and iconic decision about the rest of your life. As I mentioned, my name is Dr. China Bethley, and I want to welcome you to Rich University. Who are we here at Rich University? Rich University is a faith-based, purpose-driven community that leads the way in wealth creation, offering you access to education and resources for starting successful businesses and entering into the world of investments. I can tell you right now, I'm so excited that we get to do some kingdom business today as we are building the kingdom's economy, helping to put you in a position of power where you get to create wealth, learning how to get to the right side of money. And so the founders, I am excited that God has trusted me with this great vision of Rich University. I am the founder and CEO of Rich University alongside my incredible husband who brings so much value to the marketplace and so much value to just me as a woman with the ideas that God gives me and the dreams that he gives me. My husband is there to really help me just as I'm there to help him to nourish his dreams and his visions. And so we've come together with this project, helping more couples to know what a power couple even is. I'm really excited about the lives that have already been impacted because of this great vision that God has given us. Our mission is to impact nations and generations around the world. Our goal is to reach 1 million families. And one of the reasons that you're here tonight is because someone invited you that is a part of our amazing community that really wants to see you win. They want to see you level up. They've had an opportunity to see what we offer, and they're excited. They're excited about their results and the results of those inside of our community. Now, our motto is relationships, results, and residual. For us, the relationship with God is the most important. And I believe that it allows you to have the divine alignment to connect to those that he wants you to connect to. Some of you watching this right now, maybe you've been wanting to do something. Maybe you were a little nervous and all of a sudden things started to align mind, and he put you in a position to simply make a decision. And so I believe that God provides doors for us, but it's up to us to twist the knob and go through the door. Tonight, I believe that this is a door for whoever it's for. If it resonates with your spirit and you know you should be doing this with us, I encourage you to just take action. One of the scariest things about creating wealth is the first step of just taking action and making a decision. The next one is results. We're very big on results. I can tell you right now, the results are pouring in. I can't wait to share them with you throughout this presentation. But results of people who knew nothing about this world and who made a bold and iconic decision that they wanted more out of life, and they were willing to do the work. They were willing to do what it took for the results that they wanted, as well as residual income. My husband and I, Andre, Logic Mix, are big on residual income. We've been entrepreneurs and business owners for the last 20 years. And honestly, we just love working from home. We love waking up and our account has grown while we made money in our sleep. And so we want to put you in a position to do the same thing, making money in your sleep with residual income. Listen, if you're going to build something big, you're going to need a team. And our academic team is amazing. Drop 777s in the chat for the academic team here at Rich University. That really helps to make all of this possible. I believe that God gives one person a vision, but in order for the vision to come into fruition, it takes more than one person. And so there's no vision that God gives you that you can do alone. And so this is our incredible academic team that you'll have an opportunity to meet and engage with once you say yes to success with us. And first up, Dr. LaJean Payne. This is our Dean of Academics. She brings to the table so much credibility and experience in administrations and higher level education. And I'm really excited about you having an opportunity to see all of the wonderful things that we have to offer here in Rich University that Dr. LaJean has helped to produce, as well as Latasha Wilson, our chairman of admissions and recruitment. This woman is doing a phenomenal job globally, opening up the doors for the masses, putting people in a position to absolutely win. I'm so excited about our chairman of admissions and recruitment that you guys are going to have an opportunity to meet, as well as Amaya Jackson, our academic advisor, who's really helping to bridge the gap for the new person who's getting started, making sure that they go through a proper orientation, making sure that they have the support that they need, the resources they need, and everything that they need in order for them to win. And so with that being said, let's make sure that they can see my slides on the back end. Hold on one second. We want to make sure that everybody can see what we have happening here tonight. So with that being said, let me pop up the slides. Boom, boom. Hold on one second, guys. That's on the back end. We know we are streaming from multiple different places, and we want to make sure that no one misses out on this great information. Boom, we should be good now. Amaya Jackson, once again, our academic advisor, is doing a phenomenal job. She's one of the first point of contact that you guys will have when you join Rich University as it relates to our orientation, our study halls, and all of the resources that you'll get, as well as Isabel Ventura, our director of communications, who is doing an incredible job on the front and back end, getting out a very clear and concise message about who we are, what we do, and more importantly, what's in it for you. Now, let's take a tour through our virtual campus and some of the things that we offer. Here in Rich University, one of the things that help us to stand out is probably community. Community is so important. You know, I recognize that a lot of people that were on a journey to create wealth, as important as money was to them, it wasn't more important than community. You know, they realized that creating wealth by themselves just didn't feel right. It just felt like something was missing. And I believe that wealth creation is truly a team sport. And so if you've attempted to do this before, if you've, looked at some of the things that we're going to share with you in just a moment and say, you know what, I did that a few years ago and it just didn't work out for me. Here's what I want to encourage you to do. Join Rich University. I promise you, if you didn't do it with us, you didn't do it right. Rich University provides an amazing community of support that makes, I believe, all the difference in the world in your experience. And of course, we have merch. Of course, we have the rich tracksuits and the rich snapback caps and the tees and so many more resources to offer you that just allows you to really tie into our community. Our courses, listen, I just mentioned our amazing academic advisor, Amaya Jackson. She's doing an incredible job with Study Hall. It is absolutely one of our community's favorite because they continue to grow, continue to elevate. Anything that they missed along the way, they have an opportunity to come into a safe space and really gain the missing pieces that's going to really make a difference in the results that they get, as well as our trading labs. Now, we're going to talk about some of the products that we offer in just a moment, and it's going to help you to understand why trading labs are so important. We're living in a time where currencies are shifting. There's so much happening in the world economy. I'm a global ambassador to the United Nations, and I can tell you some of the conversations that I'm having, some of the information that I'm privy to see. I'm thinking to myself, oh boy, even some of the information that is making it to world news, like what's going on with BRICS, Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa, and many other countries who just decided to depeg away from the US dollar. Let's talk about that in just a moment, because there's no way to create wealth if you're clueless about currency and what's happening in the economy. So our trading lab is absolutely amazing with our Dean of Academics, Dr. LaJean Payne, as well as our conferences. This is our rich experiences that we do. And I can tell you, you learning with us virtually is amazing. You do feel very warm. It's like a warm hug being a part of this community with the support that you get. But there's nothing like our live events. Our live events, like our Dallas Rich Experience, the Dallas edition that's coming up November 2nd through November 4th with our amazing team, including one of our leaders, Mr. Brandon LaDuff. It's going to be amazing. In fact, it's one of the things that really help us to set apart, for what's happening inside of the marketplace. These rich experiences is just that. We have fun together, we make money together, we travel together, and it is an amazing experience, as well as clubs. Our book club is absolutely amazing. We are transitioning over to the next book. We just wrapped up Atomic Habits. It's an amazing book, and I can tell you this has really helped with the mindset of the masses with our book club, led by none other than our ambassador, Leah Square. And so with that being said, this is some of the things that you're going to have access to inside of our virtual campus, a space where you can learn and grow. Now, this particular slide is going to focus a little bit more on what it is that we do now that you know who we are. What we do is provide to you here in Rich University an elite level of education and information. What that simply means is the information that we're going to be giving you access to and the resources that we're going to be making available may not be the traditional conversation that you're having at the dinner table, may not be the information that you're seeing go down your timeline. This is the type of information that is for the elite, okay? 75% of the world's population is only exposed to public information. Nothing wrong with it, except that public information is kind of a free for all, right? There's no prerequisites, there's no requirements. If you live in this particular area, you go to this school, right? Now, when we talk about the public information is 75%. The private, sectors of the world is about 22%. 22% is the private. You go to a private university, or perhaps you got your children in private school, you'll notice a significant difference in the type of people, the way they think. Everybody's there is willing to pay the price, okay? They're willing to pay the price. But here's the reality of it. There is no guarantees. There's no guarantees that when you graduate, that you're going to have, a job immediately. There's no guarantee that if you graduate, that you're going to actually be paid a certain amount of money for the degree that you have. And so there's no guarantees. However, you may have more of a quality experience in the private sectors. But tonight we're going to be focused on the top 3% of information and education that comes down through the bloodline. And what that means is that if you did not come from a wealthy family should come from you. Based on the information that I'm going to share with you, this is something that was created by a gentleman named Robert Kiyosaki. He's an economist that wrote a book called Rich Dad, Poor Dad. He created something called the cash flow quadrant. If you're familiar with it, put 333s in the chat, because it really helps you to understand how cash flows, regardless of who you are, where you are, what your background is, or what category you are in. This is simply the way cash flows. So here's how I like to break it down. The left side of money gives you access to 95% of the world's population. 95% of the world's population only has access to 5% of the wealth. Who's on this side of this quadrant? It is the employees and those that are self-employed. Now listen, there is absolutely nothing wrong with being in either of these categories. Our goal tonight is simply to put you in a position that's going to give you access to more resources, right? So if 95% of the world's population only has access to 5% of the wealth, where is the money? This is your employees employees who are exchanging their time for dollars, right? The problem is they don't have the time usually. Most people who work a 9 to 5, the reality of it is they are drained by the time that they get off of work, and they're usually not thinking about their goals. Now, hopefully tonight we help you to change that paradigm. We hope that you will go from your 9 to 5 working on your job, and then from 5 to 9 working on your dream. That's our goal tonight for you, right? Those that are self-employed, I spent a lot of my adult life in this category as a cosmetologist. I did hair for many years, so I didn't have a boss. I got to create my own schedule, or at least I thought I did. It was really my clients that was creating my schedule. They told me how early I was going to come in and how late I was going to leave. And so there's nothing wrong with this category either. In fact, this is where your doctors and your lawyers live. And here's the problem with this. This is when I realized there was a significant problem in how we learn information. Now, I did go to private school as well as public school, but this was the pinnacle of success for me growing up in New Orleans. If I told my parents that I wanted to be a doctor or a lawyer, that automatically, we would have assumed that automatically meant success. In many people's cases, what it really means is a whole bunch of student loan debt. Okay. What it really means is that if they don't show up, they don't get paid. Because if the surgeon doesn't show up to do the surgery, the surgeon still doesn't get paid. And so their presence is required for them to get paid. If the attorney does not take the case, the attorney doesn't get paid. And so our goal tonight is to get you to the right side of money, where business owners and investors are. On the right side of money is 95% of the wealth, with only 5% of the world's population. 95% of the wealth with only 5% of the world's population. Don't you want to know what they know? Don't you want to know what information you were not taught that they know, that gives them access to abundance of wealth and increase, to put you in a position to do the things that God has called you to do? Because if God is calling you to open up an orphanage, if he's calling you, to help with homelessness, if he's calling you to give back in some kind of way, don't you need resources in order to do that? And so if you're going to really live a fulfilled life, I believe that you need to identify where does the resources reside. Business owners are significantly different from those that are self-employed. These are individuals who have systems that are in place. That means their presence is not required for them to get paid. They can take a vacation for a month and come back to increase sales, right? Business owners have systems working for them because it saves them time, energy, and money. And investors have money that's working for them. And so the duration of my presentation is going to be focused on how we can help you to start a successful business and put you into the world of investing. So when I begin to look at, okay, if investors are the top 1% of the world, when it comes down to economics and finances, then what are the top 1% of the top 1% investing in? And what I discovered is that many of them had portfolios, financial portfolios that included something called foreign exchange. Now, foreign exchange happens to be the largest financial market in the world. The largest financial market in the world at $6.7 trillion a day. This is a market where you're buying and selling currencies. You're not physically doing it. You're doing it digitally. You're doing it virtually, right from your smartphone. Many of you watch me right now from your smart devices. This is where you can trade inside of the financial market. You'll download the Money app. You'll gain access to resources and education. You'll join our community of support. And we're going to help you in this process of really understanding how this market works and how you can benefit. The reality of it is you're already participating in this global market that happens to be the most liquid market in the world. If you bank with any banking institution, you're participating in a foreign exchange market. You just may not be benefiting from it. Your central bank, your high net worth, the high net worth individuals and financial institutions have been trading in these markets for a very long time. At one point, you needed $100,000 in order to participate in this market, but now you can open up a broker account with as little as $100. This is a market that you can literally treat like a job if you develop a skill, where you can literally work 5 days a week inside of the market because the market is open 24 hours a day. Now, because I understood after doing my research that this was the largest market in the world and the top 1% of the top 1% invested into this market, I then said, okay, where am I going to get the education? Because here's the reality. God has blessed me and my family significantly. I was able to make my first $1 million before I was 30 years old. Yet I knew nothing about this market 8 years ago. When I got started, I decided to do some research on where I could find the education from. And because I'm just big on results, I decided to join a company and partner with a company called I Am Mastery Academy. This company has already accomplished $1 billion in sales. We have customers in 20 countries around the world. 1 million students globally have come through our academy to learn about the largest financial markets in the world. And we are the largest online learning platform globally. Now, what do we offer? We offer you a suite of academies that allow you to learn everything that you need to know from knowing nothing at all. I think that's the biggest part. It's okay if you were never even exposed to this information. When I got started, I wasn't exposed either. In fact, when they told me Forex, I was like, Forex, what is that? Are we talking about the size of a man's t-shirt? Ladies and gentlemen, you get to learn how to trade in the largest financial markets in the world, including digital currency and stocks. Now, not only do we offer you education on the largest financial markets, because one of the things that I began to discover, we realized this in 2020 as well. In 2020, you saw that the world shut down, the world stopped, but not the internet. The internet has been undefeated. Hey, Queen. The internet has been absolutely undefeated. And so, what we know is Jeff Bezos made more money when the world stopped and shut down. We're coming into the largest spending season of the year. Why would you not want an e commerce business? Inside of our academy, we offer you the best resources of e commerce, showing you how you can literally get paid for just literally promoting a product that you don't have to house, stores, or create. And so this is very powerful, because when I think about the type of business that you should start in the current day and time that we're in, I would say a profitable one. Where is the money, right? Also, travel. Travel is a big deal. Now, travel was one of those things that did stop tremendously in 2020. However, I believe it's a beautiful add-on. Wouldn't you want to trade and travel around the world? Or maybe you want to become a social media influencer, where you can become a travel influencer by traveling and showcasing what it is that you're experiencing on social media. People are making a ton of money on these platforms. So yes, we post a lot. Yes, it may seem like a full-time job, because for some of us, it is paying us like a real business. So you have access to so many different categories in order for you to start businesses as well as become an investor. So what's in it for you? We give you access once again to our private elite community, where we offer to you mentorship, support, engagement, live events. We have a full curriculum, so nobody's left behind not knowing what to do. We understood that our heart is for women of color and minorities, and we just need something a little bit different. And so we created exactly what we need in order to excel. We're also very big on recognition as well as our graduation. Now, here are a few of the highlights that I want to mention to you guys. I know some of you are here because you're hearing about the funding that we offer with Rich University's financial aid and the resources that we make available to you. And yes, we do. Here are some of the great testimonies of those who come through our amazing community and have been able to gain access to financial aid and get funding. We have Shayla, who was able to get access to $10,000 in funding. Y'all show Shayla some love and light up the chat with the 111s, as well as our amazing professor, who has already been a phenomenal trader using his own money, his own capital, that decided, you know what, let me get into this OPM and use other people's money and see how this works. And he got access to $10,000 in funding, as well as Brandy, who literally just shared a testimony of how she was in the hospital, ladies and gentlemen, in the hospital trading because of the skill set that she has learned coming through our amazing community. Brandy has now been able to gain access to $10,000 in funding with us, as well as Riley has been able to gain access to $5,000 in funding. Michelle, another $5,000 in funding. And ladies and gentlemen, drum roll, please. Amaya Jackson, our amazing academic advisor, who has qualified for 100,000 in funding. Ladies, let me tell you something. Gentlemen, listen up. If you're going to be a business owner and or an investor, you need to be using other people's money. And this is why we've made available to you financial aid. With our financial aid program, we give you access to resources that put you in a position through our curriculum to get qualified for funding, get paid to learn to trade with us. Now, our funding is available from $5K to $500,000 in funding. This is something that is exclusive to members only with the curriculum that we offer that focuses on helping you to actually get qualified. If this is something that you're interested in, make sure that the person that invited you to this call knows that you want access to our funding. Now, here's a few things about our funding that is important for you to know. With Rich University's financial aid, this is not based on your credit score. It is based on your IQ score. There's a skill set that you're going to have to develop, right? And so we help you with our curriculum to develop the skill set so that you can get qualified. Number two, this is not the type of funding that you're going to have to put up your home or you're going to have to put up your car or any type of collateral. Absolutely not. Okay. And so this is the type of funding that you also will not have to pay back. Okay. And so I'm really excited about the financial aid that we're able to make available to you in helping you to get qualified. So if you know that you want to have access to capital in order for you to really win inside of this space as a business owner and or an investor, then I encourage you to make sure that you mention this to the person that invited you. Next is our fall academic calendar. We're really excited about some of the things that we make available to you that's shown here. We have open house every Sunday at 7 o'clock p.m. We'll share with you why in just a moment. That's so important. Followed by our book club every Sunday at 8 o'clock p.m. We also have on Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday our study hall taking place at 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This is amazing because on Tuesdays we have a focus on new members orientation that really helps you to get acclimated with our virtual campus, as well as a trading lab that takes place on Wednesday mornings. Now, this is very, very, very important. This is where we come together and we do it together because my philosophy is that we just do it better when we do it together. And so on Wednesday mornings, we get it together at the height of the market and we trade together in our trading lab. Now, Friday is independent studies, but we celebrate residual Fridays, as well as Saturday is our Rich University Assembly. And then, of course, we have Mindset Mastery with our Perfect 10 call that happens Wednesday at 10 a.m. as well. So at this point, by now, I'm sure you're ready to get started. And I'm sure you're wondering, what does it take to get started? Well, I'm so glad you asked. Many of you are probably assuming with all of the beautiful luxuries that we just shared with you that this is about to be tens of thousands of dollars. Well, I am so glad to share and announce that that is not the case. You know, we have a goal to help to bring Wall Street to Main Street. So we wanted to make it very affordable for the serious professional that was ready to go to the next level. And so for $4.99 one time, you can have access to our all in. This gives you access to everything that we offer. Every suite is made available to you for only $4.99 one time. Now, there is a monthly tuition that you will pay for $384.95 to make it affordable for the masses of people to not have to come up with $5,000 at one time. However, if you are interested in our annual packages, you can actually pay it out in full for the entire year. Now, this is going to give you access to our foreign exchange education, as well as our crypto and stocks education. It's going to give you access to our e-commerce suite. It's going to give you access to our travel portals, as well as our social media suite, and so much more. Now, if you decide to refer someone because you understand that wealth is a team sport and you decide that you want to refer someone, you decide to come all in because it just makes sense. It just makes sense not to leave any money on the table. Then every time you refer someone, you're actually going to get $100 bonus. Why would you do that? Because you're helping us to reach our goal. Remember, I told you that we have a mission to reach 1 million families. We understand that the blessing that God has made available to us was never just for us. And we definitely understand that most people, unfortunately, was never exposed to this type of information. And because we've created such a loving and warm community to help people win, we put you in a position of benefit as well, and you should. So every time someone that you invite says yes to joining Rich University, you're going to earn $100 bonus. And guess what? When 3 people say yes in 1 week, we up that up to $400 in a week. So with that being said, some of you may be looking and you're ready to go right now, but just in case there's a few that's on that's saying, "Ooh, the $4.99 may be a little bit out of my budget." It's okay. We want to put you in a position to get started immediately. It's not how you start, it's that you start tonight that's going to make the biggest impact. And so if you're in a better position to do the Empowered Pack, it's only $274.95 one time. And then the following month, your tuition is $249.95. Now, with this option, you get to customize your experience where you can choose to trade and travel. You can choose to become a travel influencer with travel in social media. You can choose to do e-commerce and travel. As you can see by now, I love traveling. I believe it's an additional bonus that really makes it sweet, right? And then once again, you can customize this however you like for $274.95 one time, and then the following month $249. Now we also offer you a scholarship. With our scholarship program, this allows you, the student, to refer 2 members that will totally waive your subscription. Now, with this option, it gives you an opportunity to say, "I'm just here to learn. I just want to focus on the skill. I want to remain a student." And what that simply means is when you refer 2 students, your next month tuition is waived. And as long as those students are active and they're paying their tuition, your tuition will continue to be waived. With that being said, I know by now you like, "Listen, I don't know what else there's to talk about. I'm ready to go." And if you're that person, I want to make sure that you're DMing the person that, or texting or calling the person that invited you to let them know. Now, we got some events that's coming up. I mentioned to you that Dallas is coming up. Here's some of our past events. We just had our Pretty Money Atlanta, where we broke down a strategy of how we trade inside of the financial markets live in person. It was so amazing. We had to do an encore in Las Vegas, Nevada. And coming up is our Dallas experience. It's our Rich Experience Dallas edition, happening November 2nd through November 4th. It is going to be incredible. You're probably seeing this just flow down your timeline of people who've already said yes to success with us, who are coming with us and having a rich experience in Dallas. And you should too. But we also have our VIP and award dinner and pinning ceremony that is happening on the 4th of November that you definitely do not want to miss. So with that being said, make sure you don't miss these events. Listen, I want to encourage you to come and get rich with us. Enroll today because you are going to love it here. With that being said, I'm super duper excited to be the first to welcome you into Rich University. Go ahead and contact the person right now that invited you into this room. Let them know what you like most about what you heard. I want to encourage you to get in a winning position. Listen, we're going places and we're going very, very fast, and you don't want to miss this. We're putting you in a position to absolutely win. Now, I believe after hearing this information, there's at least 3 type of people that's on a call with us tonight. The third person is saying, "Dr. China, this information was absolutely amazing. But the reality of it is, I'm just not interested in creating wealth." I don't know what those people are, but if that's you, it's okay. Maybe you don't like people. Maybe you don't like creating wealth. I don't know. But what I would encourage you to do, if you are the number 3 person and you're not interested in creating wealth, I would encourage you to identify perhaps 3 people that you know that do want to create wealth, that love community, that want to win. Perhaps they want to purchase a brand new home or a car. Maybe they want to do some give back. Maybe they want to travel. Maybe they just want to live an abundant lifestyle on this side of heaven. Get those 3 people names and numbers to the person that invited you here, because at the end of the day, we still want to make global impact, right? The number 2 person is saying, "Dr. China, I'm so excited. I can barely contain myself, but I have a few questions." And so just know we have some people that are on standby that are excited to get your questions answered. Reach out to the person that invited you and say, "Listen, I have a few questions, but I'm really ready to go." And we'll get those questions answered for you. The number 1 person, I just want to say congratulations, because tonight's presentation was for you. I believe that you are exactly where you're supposed to be right now. And on the other side of your decision is an opportunity of a lifetime. The number 1 person is saying, "Dr. China, you could have stopped a long time ago, because honestly, I've been ready since I saw y'all super lit in Las Vegas, and I refuse to miss Dallas, Texas. Get back with the person that invited you. Let them know what you love about what you heard, and we look forward to seeing you on the inside. With that being said, Dr. China Bethley here, founder and CEO of Rich University. I'm super excited to welcome you to the inside because you are going to love it here. God bless you guys, and bye for now. Hey,